Boxing King Media were delighted to be joined by Mr. Johnny Rice, fresh off your victory on Saturday night against Michael Coffey. How's things been for you the last couple of days?
How's life been for the last couple of days?
Yeah.
It's been a feeling of relief, a feeling of relief. I was very, very, very worried about the rematch. I was nervous. I was under a lot of pressure. You know what I mean? Because I really wanted to win. So I just kept trying to keep my mind calm, but I just feel relieved. I'm just happy.
You say you was worried. What was you worried about?
Well, obviously, the first time I beat him pretty easily. You know what I'm saying? So obviously being the person that I believe he is, especially as a fighter, I know he's going to come back and try to avenge that loss with everything he had. And I feel like he did that. So I just kept trying to tell myself to be more motivated, keep pushing myself in training. Don't even worry about that first victory. And it was pretty hard because your mind always starts to think about the first victory. Like, man, this is easy. It's going to be easy again. But I kept trying to be real with myself. Like, no, it's not going to be easy. You know what I mean? So I just feel relieved that I made it through and I was victorious.
I've got to ask you, Johnny, obviously in the first fight, I think you weighed around 270 odd pounds, but you didn't have much notice for that. But this time around, I think you had at least a month plus. You came in 283 pounds. Tell me about that. How did that come about?
Well, what happened was, okay, the first time we fought, it was in the summertime. So, a lot of times you sweat and you just working out, okay? This time it was January 1st, which is a holiday. You get Thanksgiving in America, which I don't really celebrate, but I still eat. And then you get Christmas. So I had two back-to-back, like, major holidays in America of eating. And then, so I still did all my training though, okay? I still was working out, but the pounds were sticking to me because of the holiday food, which is why I was able to go 10 rounds. So, there's no excuse in the future. And I also was working a full-time job, but I was working that same full-time job in the summer as well. So I am going to be finally leaving my full-time job doing security and just focus primarily on boxing and making sure I don't come in overweight anymore, because that 15 pounds was very, very noticeable, and it definitely hindered my performance.
Well, at least you're honest about it.
Yeah, it did.
I was going to bring up your job later on in the interview, but now that you brought it up, you told the live TV audience, tell us where you work.
I work at a club, a gentleman's club. I've actually met tons and tons of people from London that would come into the gentleman's club, and they would come have a great time. And I'm really I just check your IDs and your passports to get you inside, and make sure you guys have a great time. So I'm the ID guy.
Well, for people who may not know what a gentleman's club is, are you able to explain to them what a gentleman's club is?
Oh, okay. So a gentleman's club is definitely a nicer way of saying strip club.
Okay, I got you.
It's just, we don't like to say strip clubs. We say gentleman's club.
Yeah, that's probably why the interviewer during the post-fight interview jumped straight in and cut you off as soon as you said that.
Right. But hey, when you just get done fighting, you're going through so much emotional stuff. You just feeling so much adrenaline. You can't help but just say what's on your mind.
Well, we're going to do this reverse, because I'm going to talk about your post-fight interview first before we talk about the fight, because I think you won a lot of fans. People liked the way you was. You came across as real. I think you said your mum wants you to find a woman. She wants to be a grandmother. And how's that search going? I'm guessing you've had loads of offers in the last couple of days.
Well, like I said, man, I definitely owe a big part of that victory to my mom, who kept my mind focused, because she was the one that told me, like, this is going to be a test of endurance for you in this fight. You're going to have to bring your endurance. You have to be ready to fight all 10. Of course, me being me, I'm thinking, man, I'm going to end this fight early. But, I still had to listen to her. But, again, I'm 34 years old. You know what I mean? So I don't have a family yet. I really feel like I'm behind in that aspect. You know what I'm saying? I may be a boxer, but, you got Tyson Fury, who's a great heavyweight champion, but he's also a great family man, And that's what I want to be. I want to be a family man. I want to be a world champion as well. So I'm like, hey, it's time to make my mother a grandmother. You know what I mean? But I also want the baby to come in 2022. My birthday is February 22nd. So that's 222. I need my first one born in 2022. That's my goal.
Well, the DMs must be flooded. There must be loads of women saying, "Yeah, I want to be that baby mama."
Nah, actually, I don't get lots of girls saying that. They always say, "Oh, you need to be my husband first, or you need to be my boyfriend first." I'm like, look, girl, I'm not a good boyfriend. I'm just a good dad, possibly. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real. At 34, you realize, yo, I don't do so well in relationships. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But I've never been a dad before. And, you know, I feel like I had a good dad, so I should be able to be a good dad. You know what I mean?
Well, at least you're honest about it. So,
Yeah, you got to be honest. In my past, I wasn't very honest, but now I'm honest. I'm like, man, you know what? Honesty is really the key.
sound. So just moving on to the fight, Johnny. So you obviously won the first fight in devastating fashion. You know, you took the fight to him. You stopped him. The referee jumped in. This time around, completely different fight. Obviously, going into the fight, you knew about the extra weight you was carrying. What did you realistically think was going to happen in that fight?
Whew, that's a great question. I was thinking I was gonna knock him out again because I was thinking, hey, it's no way that he can get good enough to beat me. Okay, he definitely proved me wrong because he got faster and he definitely got stronger, and I felt the pressure, and I was like, man. But even though I was kind of underestimating him, I had great coaches that made sure that they kept pushing me. They kept making sure I trained hard. They kept making me spar, you know, tons of rounds. So that's why you got to have a good coaching staff with you because they can see you where you're weak at, you know what I mean? And where you're coming up short, they can, you know, push you to make sure your preparation is key. But I was really thinking I was going to knock him out early, and I did not do that. He got better, he got stronger, he got faster, and I was just able to, you know, to deal with it because my team made sure that I was prepared.
But you looked so relaxed in there. It never looked like he was looking for the knockout. It looked like he was going in there just to box your way through 10 rounds. That's how it looked on TV.
Well, he looked like that, or I looked
But
like that.
you look like that.
Well, I was trying to knock him out early, but then I started to feel my weight. I felt like, okay, now I feel the 15 pounds. Now I feel it. So then I had to kind of pace myself in that situation. He was coming on strong. He was hitting me. I definitely wanted to knock out. I was also thinking in my head, this dude does not go down. He's really strong. These punches are not putting him down. So I got the knockout out of my head. Like, we're just going to keep trying to punch him. But I had to stay relaxed because if I didn't, I was going to run out of breath. I was going to run out of gas because the weight was a big factor. It really was. I didn't think it was because I did all the training, but the weight definitely was getting to me.
Well, in the fight, there was numerous times where you hurt him with your right hand. And I've seen a previous interview of yours where you said because he sparred Deontay Wilder, you didn't think you had enough power in your right hand to hurt him because he'd be used to that sort of power. But you constantly hurt him throughout the fight with the right hand. Were you surprised by that? And does that give you a lot of confidence going forward?
For me, it's like I might have hurt him, but I couldn't finish him. So it didn't really do anything for my confidence. I'm not gonna lie about it. It did make me, however, want to go back to the gym and say, okay, we got to do more punches after the right hand. So I got to really work on throwing the left hook. You know what I'm saying? Maybe work on going back to the jab. You know, but the right hand, I don't feel like it's on Deontay Wilder's level yet. I do feel like with more work, it can get there, but it's not there yet. So if anything, it did motivate me. It motivated me. It didn't really give me much confidence.
You mentioned there about getting out of breath. I think it was round 7 where the camera was on you. You were in the corner, you were leaning forward. And excuse me for saying this, but you looked like you was going to die. You were struggling to breathe. I'm like, how's this guy going to get up? But you got back up. You won the next 3 rounds. Where did you get that energy from? And how was you
Well, you
feeling in that
know,
moment?
I can't lie to you, right? I was literally so tired, bro. I was like, yo, in my, I haven't seen the fight yet, but in my head, I was like, yo, I gotta do this for my little man, you know? I gotta do this for my son, yo. I don't got no kids. But I was like, yo, I gotta do this for my son, man. We gotta do this for my little fella. We gotta keep fighting. So I was just trying to breathe. Like I was like, yeah, because you got that 1 minute. Okay, I'm not glamorous about my 1 minute. I'm gonna use that 1 minute to catch my breath so I can get back out there and fight. That's what you're in the corner for. You know what I'm saying? So whew, it was exhausting. I was trying to find every bit of motivation I could. It was very hard. I will not play around with my weight. And again, I did do the work. Okay, I did put in all the work, but the weight just didn't come off. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get that weight off because that was hell.
If your unborn son is watching this a few years down the line, he is going to be mega proud of the fact that you look like you was done, but you got back up at the end of round 7. You won the next 3 rounds.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what was going through my head. I gotta do this for my little man. You know what I'm saying? I got to. So yeah, I hope it happens. Whether I have a son or a daughter, I'm doing my best. You know, let the world know I'm doing my best to have that this year. And so we're gonna see if it happens.
And when the final bell went, did you feel like you won? Because I know Bones was saying in the middle rounds, he won the first half. You've got to win the second half. But to be fair, most of the people that are watching it was scoring the fight to you because it looked like you were outboxing him. Um,
Well, I try not to think about that. And again, I was starting to start celebrating and dancing, but you never know how the judges see your fight because, hey, they're the judges. They're on the outside looking in. I knew I kept trying to keep my punch count as high as possible. That's all I kept trying to do is make sure that I was outworking him each round. But, I was very excited when they announced me as the winner. You know what I mean? Again, when you're in that fight, you try not to think about anything else except outworking the guy, outlanding the guy, trying your best not to get hit. So I just kept trying to outwork him. So I was just excited, very happy when the final bell rung. I didn't take as many risks as I wanted to take because that dude was throwing some heat, man. And I'm like, yo, I cannot get caught on a wild punch. You know what I'm saying? And because, you got to think about that when you're in front of a giant like him, man. He really could hit hard. He really, really could. And I was very surprised by that as well, how hard he was actually hitting.
you did well, man, and you won via a wide decision across all 3 judges' scorecards. You will have seen, because I've seen you put it up on your Instagram story, comments from Malik Scott. He talked about your fighting style. I don't give a fuck relaxation, he described it as. You didn't give a fuck about the crowd or the judges. You went in, fucked him up, and obviously got the win. How did it feel, obviously listening to comments like that from Malik Scott?
Well, I'm a huge Malik Scott fan, okay? Especially him as a fighter. I love the way he fights. You know what I'm saying? I really think that he has an extreme amount of talent. And him as a coach, I know he's a great coach. So for me, for somebody I respect so much, I was very honored for Malik to take the time to talk about me and and give a little couple comments on what he felt about me in the fight. And I definitely take it to heart when it comes to Malik Scott.
Sound. Obviously, the obvious question, you mentioned it in the fight. You said you're quitting your job. 6 figures, baby, were your words. Um, were you promised anything, beforehand by Al Heyman, or what is the plan going forward?
Well, Al Heyman has my next 2 fights, so he has my next 2 fights. I'm definitely promised that money. You know what I'm saying? I definitely have enough money now to just completely focus on boxing and not have to work a full-time job. So I'm gonna take full advantage of that opportunity to make sure that I'm ready like crazy for my next fight. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna blow any money or do anything silly. I'm going to invest back in myself and invest back in my career and continue to move forward as fast as possible and become heavyweight champion. And I'm gonna do whatever it takes. You know what I mean? Whatever it takes. Train with whoever I got to train with and do it and hire conditioning coaches, whatever. We're going to invest back in the boxing and we're going to get to the top.
Realistically, who do you think you could fight next?
Honestly, I don't know. I know that it's going to be a hard fight. I know that they're going to find a hard guy like they did before. Coffee was definitely a hard guy. He was an undefeated prospect, and I can't expect nothing less. The road is going to get harder. I'm going to get better. I'm going to get stronger, and that's the plan for me. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't no easy way out. No matter what, you gotta be the one that's better and better because they're gonna keep bringing those monsters to you. You feel me?
And just finishing off, Johnny, your boxing style. You box with a low left hand. Is it inspired a bit of Tyson Fury? Because I know you've done some rounds with Tyson before. Is there certain fighters that you look at, you think, I like that sort of style?
Well, that style is kind of, generated from guys like Roy Jones Jr., Sugar Ray Leonard, Floyd Mayweather, you know what I'm saying? Even the Klitschko's, I kind of got a little bit from the Klitschko's. So, that's more of a boxing type style. I do want to train more to have my hands up, more like a Usyk, you know what I'm saying? Because I really like the way he fights. He's a real good boxer puncher. I like Evander Holyfield. Those guys do have their hands up, and I need to be a little more careful, especially dealing with these bigger and better heavyweights that are coming up. But yeah, I kind of take that from the traditional boxer, the Ali's, Muhammad Ali, as well as like I said, the Floyd Mayweather and Devin Haney as well. So I'm doing my best to kind of start putting my hands up. You know what I mean? Because I got to be a little more safe.
Johnny, it's just something funny. I just seen you're saying you're going to be hitting the gym. Behind you, there's a sign saying the best French fries.
Man, I'm still at Five Guys, man. You know what I'm saying? You feel me, yo? I'm still at Five Guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, this week, y'all, I'm eating bad, but on Monday, January 10th, man, I'm on a diet. I'm eating nothing but greens and proteins, man, for 1 month. You feel me? I'm gonna be looking like Anthony Joshua in February, y'all. You feel me? I'm a big Anthony Joshua fan, by the way, but it is what it is. I mean, I hope he does well in his rematch against Usyk. You know what I'm saying? I did actually bet against him. I bet on Usyk the first time, but when I collected my money, man, I felt like a Judas. You know what I'm saying? I can't lie about that. You feel me? But yeah, in 1 month, I'll probably look like AJ. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna cut all that fat out. I'm gonna eat right after this week. All right? Yeah, y'all caught me. I'm at Five Guys, man.
Johnny, you know what I like about you? You're too honest for your own good.
You gotta be honest, man. You gotta tell the truth. Hey, like Scarface said, you gotta tell the truth even when you lie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Johnny, so I don't want to take up too much of your time because I'm guessing you're ready for round two in Five Guys. Where can the fans follow you on social media?
I'm on Instagram at Forever Johnny Rice. Forever Johnny Rice. You can find me there. You know what I'm saying? I'm on TikTok as well, Forever Johnny Rice. Twitter, Forever Johnny Rice with a 4. You know what I mean? So, find me, follow me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I love the UK. You know what I'm saying? Love all that, Europe, everybody. I'm a big fan of Joe Joyce. I train with him a lot. He's definitely the juggernaut. I'm definitely looking forward to him taking over the heavyweight division. So, yeah, y'all get at me, man. I'm here.
I can't let you go without getting you to thank the man himself.
Hey, yo, I want to give a huge thank you to Al Heyman. You know what I'm saying? For hooking your boy up with 6 figures, baby. 6 figures. Let's get it.
Johnny, thank you so much. And we're definitely going to catch up with
Thank
you
you,
again.
man. Thank you for having me. I'm honored.
Thank you, man.